It's difficult to explain, much less understand, how so many people, seemingly connected, seemingly with it, seemingly sentient, have no earthly idea of what the World Economic Forum is about, or who Klaus Schwab is, or what they stand for, or the notion of the Great Reset, or the perils and the horrors of globalism. It is seemingly to me incomprehensible that so many people know so little about this organization and how they flaunt everything and hide nothing. They make absolutely no qualms and have no qualms about telling you specifically that they are seeking a global order, a new reset, a new reconfiguration. Years ago, a number of us were called conspiracy theorists yet again for claiming to worry about and warn against the new world order. We were crazy, we were told. Don't you understand this? What is this globalist lunacy you're talking about? What is this? Globalism is good. It's cooperation. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with me? Well, I'll tell you what's the matter. Not with me, but with the absolute nations on the part of the world. But let me first interrupt by asking you, most respectfully, for you to like this video, to subscribe to the channel, and for you to hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new broadcasts. And also, let me remind you that there is a sponsor of ours, some wonderful folks called mypillow.com. And mypillow.com has a deal for you. If you enter promo code Lionel, or merely tap into your whatchahoozits, mypillow.com/Lionel, you will enjoy entree into the world of slippers and pillows and blankets and duvets and comforters that will absolutely guarantee you your ticket to luxuriation. It's that simple. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. They support us, we support them, and only use promo code Lionel. It seems that my duty as prelate, so to speak, as the voice of, I don't want to say reason, but the sentry, the town crier, is to tell people constantly of that which is already here and to remind them of who these people are. And normally I get this look, and I'm sure you've seen this too, kind of a, what? The World Economic Forum. That sounds good, doesn't it? World Economic Forum? Is that like the UN? You know, the UN's good, isn't it? You know, UNICEF, kids, helping people, climate change, right? This is the part where you're trying to say, okay, let me give you this scenario. Let me tell you what's happening. First and foremost, we, the United States, through this iteration of the shadow government, we are ceding, we are abnegating, we are turning our back on sovereignty by allowing groups and organizations to come in and run the show, to come up with treaties and protocols and policies that we never voted for, never had anything to do with, and frankly, want nothing to do with. And these people will meet constantly every year, and they seem to be just a bunch of cool people flying. And you've heard of Davos and G7. Bilderberg was the greatest one. Bilderberg, for years, I talked about it. We talked about it. Everybody talked about it. And people laughed at us. They said, you're out of your mind. Even the Bilderbergers said, what are you talking about? There is no Bilderberg. What? Until they put it on a website. And then they said, yeah, there is. We were kidding. Yeah, there is. You were right. People meeting every year, people saying, we are going to reconstruct the world. Nobody voted for us. We're here to help. And what they do is they have a draft. Oh, let's say, here's one that's coming. Mark my words. World Economic Forum and others, and World Health Organization and the UN and some version of such will come up with an idea that will declare that guns pose an existential threat to humanity, something along those lines. and they'll have signatories, people from all over the world. And you have the usual suspects, the bought and sold, Hollywood types that come in, the DiCaprios and the Clooneys, the ones who are there, like, barking dogs who show up and they say, yeah, sure, whatever, as they fly into these places on their jets. You've heard this trope before. And they sign this agreement, and the government, our government, your government, signs it and cedes, basically gives up, abrogates, rescinds, abandons any connection whatsoever to the ability to control our government, our world, our jurisdiction regarding our weapons, firearms, and the like, pursuant to our Second Amendment. And we will basically turn that over to these people. And then that they will say, by virtue of this agreement, we will also now be able to independently monitor and patrol and enforce any perceived violations of these new laws that we've come up with, that you've just acceded to and agreed to be bound by. Basically, eliminating your rights, your governmental authority as far as firearms, and you will accept ours. And that's that. So one day you might find yourself in violation of some UN or World Economic Forum or World Health Organization, some standard, and you could have property seized. You might be fined. You might even be incarcerated. They may also transfer the ability to enforce this. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think, no, that can't happen, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention, because what the shadow government is doing, specifically through this administration, listen, is to destroy everything involving our independence, our sovereignty, our independent jurisdictional world that we have always enjoyed. We've never been a part of any union, a European Union, a North American Union, anything. We've been the United States. Maybe North America, but that was just a descriptive. And it's happening now. Look what the World Health Organization has done. Look how it has joined forces with CDC. And CDC, look at that history. What is that exactly? Is that is that a governmental arm? Do they have authority, or is that like the Red Cross? What is it? See, nobody asks any questions, especially when fear and dread and panic are all worked into the calculus of this. You were going to remember this name, Klaus Schwab. You are going to remember him. He's like an older version of Greta Thunberg. Who's Greta Thunberg? You laugh. Laugh all you want. Laugh. How dare you? I could be in school. Remember the time she was talking about that? How dare you? You took my life. And you thought, who in the hell is this? Well, you found out. And you see, they're not going away. They're not saying, okay, that's it. They're going to incorporate social credit scores and international treaties, and you aren't going to believe what you're seeing. And as far as the subjects of guns go, you were going to be told that certain forms of guns that you have are deemed to be violative of these folks. They are assault weapon in nature. And you know what you call a gun that is not capable of assaulting anyone? You call it a stick, because that's exactly what it is. Remember what I'm saying. Look it up. Read it. Read his quotes. Klaus Schwab. Who is he? All of a sudden, there he is, and people are bowing before him, pledging fealty to what? To this Bond villain? Now, you can do one of two things. You can either listen to me, research this on your own, and you'll see I know what I'm talking about, or you can say, oh, come on, there he goes again. And if you're that latter group, you deserve everything that's coming. All right, dear friend, you have a great and a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams. And don't forget our sponsor, mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. And now comment as you see fit.